Hi, welcome to Forgotten Legends of Sound. Today we are doing an awesome synthpop album from Universal Poplab. Fantastic band. I'm excited to do this one. This is basically in my college years or so, and as well as after, I was really getting into synthpop stuff. And I found these guys through kind of there's a label called Progress Productions, and they're coming out with an album called Kennel Club, and this is around like 2017, 2018 or so, I think. And when I saw that I'm a huge Dark Tranquility fan, so when I saw that the keyboard guy of that band, I know, yeah, I saw that he was the keyboardist of it. I was just kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to check this out. And then I saw that the singer was from another band called Universal Pop Lab, and I had never heard of them before. And so then I checked them out, and right from the get-go, I was just like, this band is sick. Yeah, fantastic music. They've got great melodies. They know how to write just like a great banger of a tune, you know? And these guys, a lot of folks think that synth pop kind of died out in the 90s, and maybe it did, like as far as like cultural relevancy, but then it's kind of made a sort of comeback in the last decade in popular music. But I found that some of the underground stuff from Scandinavia or like Germany or whatever, I found like a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of European synth pop that's a little bit more underground, maybe has small ties to future pop kind of stuff, is stuff that I think is way cool that isn't getting as much, publicity as maybe some of the newer stuff like The Weeknd, like bringing some synth pop with hip hop and things like that. And while I do love that it is making a resurgence, I'm hoping that these kinds of bands that are a little bit more underground get more recognition, because they've written some amazing post 2000s pop songs that are just some of my favorites of all time. But that's kind of my introduction for Universal Pop Lab. What about you?
When you introduced this group to me, this was around the time that you were getting into Zinnik and Hearts of Black Science and all that other stuff. And we've actually done some of that stuff on our channel already and everything. Went over some albums, talked about it. Heck, Code 64 is another one that we did, So in the past like 5 to 10 years, like I'm pretty happy that you've, explored and checked out a lot of these bands, because, I didn't find a lot of these bands. I got into a lot of synth pop stuff from the 80s, but that was back in like the mid to late 2000s and stuff, and so I'm glad you're finding a lot of artists and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with this album. I've gone through it probably, I mean, you've played it around me a number of times, and I've probably gone through it maybe 2 or 3 times on my own just over the years. And so it's been a while since I've gone through this album, like maybe a year or something. But I'm still, once it gets going, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, this song, and Soma Generation and this and that, and yeah. So I mean, I'm happy to go through it. It'll be interesting to go through with lyrics and everything. And so, not much more to add though. But
yeah, like in high school, we got a little bit into synth pop, but we were more greatest hits people. We got like the Ultravox greatest hits and Aha and stuff. And then it was after high school. New Order. Yeah, New Order. We were after high school is whenever it more exploded into a genre where we appreciated the actual albums and got albums of these bands and stuff.
Right.
I don't know, and it's funny because like going from punk metalhead dude from high school to synth pop being one of my favorite genres of today, like it's kind of it's been a gradual, but it's been kind of a cool.
Well, I mean, and we've always been like melody driven type of listeners and everything. So growing up with like, I mean, heck, even like Moody Blues and stuff, like songs like Wildest Dreams and stuff.
Yeah,
those had some synthy.
Playing Dance Dance Revolution too.
Right.
Kind of like planted the seeds too.
Yeah. Doing Dance Dance Revolution and everything, and I'm all going like that.
I know. We're all doing.
Getting into techno and everything, it was easy for us to get into synth pop.
Yeah,
so it's just finding the artists and finding the groups that have that sound that you enjoy.
Yeah, it was a scene we weren't really familiar with too much.
Right. But it was easy. Once we found it, it was easy to get into.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah. Cool. I don't really have much else to say. This came out in 2006. I don't think Universal Pop Lab is like together anymore or anything, but they only had 3 albums, and this is like their middle album. And this one's my favorite from them, but all 3 of them are fantastic. So I don't have much to say, but I guess let's just get going.
Yeah, and we are going to be reviewing each song, giving it a score between a 1 and a 10. 1 is like garbage, terrible, never want to hear it again. 10 is like masterpiece song, perfect, you know. So yeah, and then at the end we'll have a final score.
Yeah. Cool. You ready for Soma Generation?
Yeah.
Dope.
I really like Go Back to Sleep too. That's one of my favorites.
That one is freaking sick. I'm putting this already. I already know what I'm gonna get.
They loved you in September, and they hate you by November. Fashion lover, music fascist, caught inside your head. Freedom is impossible as long as we hang on to the thin words of the fat man. That's the cop inside your head. 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 testing. T-shirt slogans are as close as we get to revolution. Revolution, revolution, revolution.
That background.
Yeah.
Let some love reach out to the so much.
I like that it has it like full on, all out. Yeah, you know. That's
Reach
kinda
out to the so much generation. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Wide eyes shut, ears open to the TV revelation. Way off track, yet safe in place. Caught inside your head. Now you're doing what they told you to give you right to choose a way. But I shut the root lover, caught inside your head. 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 testing. T-shirt slogans are as close as we get to revolution. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Reach out to that dot-com generation. Let some love pull on to the sitcom generation. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Let the wolves get in on the headphone police station. Let some love reach out to the so much generation. Let some love reach out.
Dope. I guess I'll go first. Yeah, I'm giving that song a 10. I love it. I think it's so catchy. It's got a great melody. I like the whole kind of general build-up of the song as it goes. And I like the lyric. Like, the lyrics on this album kind of have a cynical bent a little bit. But I like them. I think they're fantastic. This whole song is kind of just about maybe like the, I guess, corporatization of the music industry and no creativity. And if you don't make stuff that, you know, they approve of or whatever, then it's kind of like, you know, I like the whole like cop inside your head saying, you know, you have to enjoy it this way or do it this way. And the whole part where it's like t-shirt slogans are as close as we get to revolution is kind of funny, you know?
Right.
And that last line I think is kind of cool. Let the walls cave in on the headphone police station. You know, kind of a cool song. I like the lyrics.
Yo, I was there. I got the T-shirt.
I got
Yeah,
that
it's
t-shirt.
like-
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one a 9. The part that's always kind of, I don't know if aggravating is the right word, but the 1 1 1 1 2 2. You know, I guess the bridge part. You know, I think this band, like, I think I do like Hearts of Black Science, and I think I do like Zinnik more. And I think part of it is because musically, I feel like in those artists, there's a little bit more music. I think this one's a little bit more vocal driven.
Oh yeah.
Poppy and vocal driven. Whereas like you know, especially Hearts of Black Science, they'll go into more ambient, more spacey kind of, you know. But Zinnik, I feel like Zinnik has a little bit of a darker edge, and I just love a lot of their hooks and things a lot more than I think these guys are a little bit more straightforward, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense.
And so, but I do like the chorus and everything. It's fine. You know, I do think that I just wanted something more. Maybe in the part when the solo section, you know, I wanted like the keyboards to do a little more, you know, you know, just you know, add more or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like the instrumentals of it, it's good. It supports the song, but it doesn't have like the main melodies and stuff itself. Like,
Yeah. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. You ready to move on to I Could Say I'm Sorry?
yeah, I do think it's a good intro song though, but if after the first song, I feel like this is kind of like what you're getting into. You know, it's a good display for what you're getting into. So.
Yeah, there is like maybe like later on in the album, I feel like they at least have a little bit more variety of stuff. But I agree that like some of the electronic stuff aren't as like it doesn't vary as much, you know. But at the same time, it's great at what it does. You know, like yeah. You ready for I Could Say I'm Sorry?
Yeah.
This one's good too.
There's an accident just waiting to happen. Looks like my old heart has got a brand new captain. Letting go of all the things I know with both eyes closed to the unknown. There's a big black hole just waiting to open. 1 out of 3 hearts has to be broken. Letting go of all the things I know with both
Maybe a little
eyes
more
closed to the unknown. I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Whatever I promised, I forgot. There's a riot inside me breaking out, building up, crashing down. The crisis
Huh.
What do you think of that one, bro?
Man, I'm leaning between an 8.5 and a 9. Maybe I'll hear some of your thoughts. When we were talking about like Darren Hayes' 2011 album, there's modern pop sensibilities that I really don't like. Certain things, and you already know what I'm gonna talk about. It's just when the Umbrella song came out, and when all this other like
you don't really
I
like that sort of like. Like all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I'm the.
I mean, that almost made me cringe.
I know.
I say it.
What's that? Like, I'm the lion and the whatever, and like I just. I don't know. I don't know if it's Katy Perry or whatever. Anyways, there's a lot of songs with.
I know. Like Hear Me Roar.
Yeah, exactly. I hate.
It's so awful that I know what you're talking about. It's so awful.
Like the and I mean. Okay, so maybe it's an evolution from some 90s stuff, like you think of do 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 do, but that feels so different than
which is
like
an evolution from Lou Reed, do 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 do
right.
do.
Like I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that this newer pop sound came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It is an evolution, but I don't like how they'll take words and they'll be like and it sounds like. I don't know, man. It sounds like a computer freaking breaking or something. Yeah. I don't know. It just bothers me. So when they're like, it just
you're like kind of awesome.
It kind of bothers me. So, no. but I think the chorus is strong. It's a good pop hook and everything.
Yeah.
It builds up pretty good. But the more that I talk about it, the more I want to put it lower.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like I said, that Darren Hayes album, I like that album, but like tracks 2 and 3 on that album. It bothers me because of those newer pop, I don't know
sensibilities.
And I also blame like bands like Imagine Dragons and stuff where everything became so like when when
they do like a song they'll be like it's very like I don't know, even in rap too. Rap started doing all that kind of stuff. They'll be all like look, and you're just kind of like, dude.
I don't understand it.
Oh man, I'm making myself cringe by doing all this.
I'd rather have someone like soar and do instead of like it's like they're glitching out or something.
Yeah. And no, I get that. So I don't mind it. I like it, but it is one of those things where like depending on how it's done, it could work for me or not work for me.
Same thing with churches. Like there's enough good stuff in churches or in Universal Poplab where it's like I let it slide. But then there's some artists where I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, because they don't have all the other good stuff to make that like creep in there, like make it worth it,
All the 90s pop influences or the 80s synth pop influences, if it's predominantly that stuff, but a newer iteration, I'm like, cool. But then it's like if they take too much from newer music, then I'm like, oh. Anyways, that's just kind of my
well, like when
preference.
I first got into churches, that whole like Mother We Share song, the way it's like, so you should go win it up, but then the chorus is so freaking good but at my first knee jerk reaction, I was kind of like,
oh dude,
I don't know, but then over time I was like, that song is so sick, like now I love it, but it's one of those things that maybe only you and I have a problem with, maybe other people are just like, why are we talking about that, but but for us it's like one of those things that bothers us.
I don't know if it has a name. I don't know what it's called, but it's in especially in the past 10 or 15 years. It's in like rock does it, pop does it, hip hop does it, everybody dance does it, and I'm just like so sick of it. Everything has become melded into the same conglomeration. And oh man,
no, I agree with you. It is mostly terrible. Every now and then people could get away with it because it's a great song regardless, but for the most part, I'm giving it a 10. I just think it's so awesome, and I like how I think this dude's such a fantastic singer. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he's such a fantastic singer. And just the way he's like, I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Whatever I promise. Like it's like he's all the way he's like moving up and down. He does it so seamlessly that it just sounds great, And I like the keyboards and stuff. Like it's just a catchy, fun song.
He never sounds strained at all or anything. It reminds me of the Pet Shop Boys guy. That dude does not sound strained wherever he goes. Like he just sounds like his own thing. And this guy reminds me of that where he's got his own voice and he's just comfortable.
There's also like a confidence in his voice. Like his voice sounds confident and it just sounds like kind of pure sounding or whatever, you know? Like, I don't know. He's just got a great voice for this kind of music, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna give it an 8. I think 8 is maybe the most realistic. But it's still pretty solid.
It's still a great score.
Because I do think this album's good. It's just there's little things here and there that bother me a bit.
Yeah.
So some views, some listens, I'll be like, you know, a little higher. Maybe some I'll be a little more annoyed. It just goes back and forth. So
it is what it be.
Yeah.
You ready for fire?
Yeah.
Let's see if this is fire. Here we go. Yeah, 2.5 minute straightforward song. I think it's a step down from the first two tracks. This one just doesn't get me going. It's not as like hook filled as the other two, you know. It's a great song, and in the context of the album, like at 2.5 minutes, it's never a struggle to like go through it, you know. But I give it an 8. It's great, and I like the you know, a little bit. But it is a step down from the first two for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.5. I think these guys can do a lot better than this. I feel like this song is a bit like kind of just glossed over with like extra things here and there to try and ramp up what's actually there. Yeah. I feel like the chorus just it's not as this song's not as memorable to me. This is a song that I always forget about, you know. And it just but I don't think it's a bad song or anything. It's just average to slightly above average. Yeah. Not much more to add.
I looked in the book. I guess the singer's Chrysler Lundberg. I guess he's a singer. And this album and the next album, they were like a trio. But the first album, they were like a duo, I guess, doing all the music and stuff together. So anyways, the other two dudes are pretty dope too. But I feel like there's not much to say about this song. Honestly, I'd almost drop it to, I think I'm going to drop it to a 7.5. It's a great song, but it doesn't have as much as some of the other some of the other songs do on the album, you know?
No, for sure, so,
Ready for Heart Apart?
Yeah. Because, like, I there is a song that I am going to give it a 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just when we get to it.
Yeah.
But
hopefully there might be more than that. You know?
Yeah,
You never
we'll see. Like I said, it's been like over a year since I've gone through this album, so
Yeah.
I'm a little bit rusty, but I remember most of it.
Yeah. Here is Heart Apart. Yeah, I like this one. This one's dope.
Oh yeah, I like this
Must
one.
be
Yeah.
quite hard to
I like this
see
one.
what's moving inside me. Smiling, saying all the things I know you want to hear. Coming home, being good. Coming home, being good. Coming home, being good. Understanding nothing's understood. I feel so alone when I'm with you. I can't believe how we are two. What to do when you know your hearts are parting. Your hearts are parting.
This just has that DDR feel. To
I know, it does feel a little. It feels like it's straight out of Japan.
Yeah.
Be wrong with me, 'cause I just cannot be happy. Though the life I asked for is pretty out for me. Coming home, being good. Coming home, being good. Coming home, being good. Understanding nothing's understood. I feel so alone when I'm with you. I can't believe how we are two. What to do when you know your hearts are parting? Feel so alone when I'm with you. I can't believe how we are two. What to do when you know your heart is leaving home, being fine, leaving home, being fine, coming home, being good, understanding nothing's understood. I feel so alone when I'm with you. I can't believe how we are two. What to do when you know
Is everything done with keys
your
or
heart's are
so like the
parting?
on everything?
Feel so alone when I'm with you. I can't believe that we are two. What to do when you know your hearts are parting? Your hearts are parting. Heart
Kind of finishes good. You know?
Yeah.
They just let it go. You know.
A lot more melodic, a lot more,
And the lyrics are great.
Your hearts are parting.
Banger.
Dude, what a banger, man. I freaking give that a 10. I forgot how great this song is. Like, once it started, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this one being good. But, like, during the I feel so alone when I'm with you, I believe that we are two. Like, it's got a very good feeling of sincerity throughout the entire thing, What to do, where you go. Like, it feels like cautiously happy. And I really like that feeling musically. Like, it just, what a fantastic song. Yeah, I give that a 10, man. That's excellent.
Yeah, I like that. I like the lyrics in that one. It's kind of like, what do you do when you feel like separated from someone? And
Right.
it almost sounds like the whole like coming home, being good, like almost like he's playing this role, like he's just not like finding this happiness, but he's like doesn't know what to do with it in this relationship or whatever. And That's cool, and I like how it ends that way. While they're all like hard apart, and and just random little snippets of the chorus playing and stuff. Like that's just really cool. We're two hearts
I think that's the
apart.
best song so far.
What to do? Yeah, it is a freaking banger. I'm 10.
Yeah.
10 all the way. Catchy as all hell.
Yeah.
You ready for White Knight?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forgot how great that song is, man.
That is a great song, man.
There was a white night at the X Club. There were things to talk about. No idea what to begin with, so we began with something wild.
Wow.
While the white night turned to morning, we came out on broken bones. Met the cleaners at the beach bar. Took a chill to kill. But pill, what is the girl? What is the boy? In this room of bouncing joy. If that's a she, then what's a he? I cannot see more than I feel. And the closed doors of perception were as open as the sky. Things were needing to be said, but we just can't remember why. What is the girl? What is the boy? In this room of bouncing joy. If that's a she, then what's a he? I cannot see more than I feel. I was sure you were too wasted to give us a safe ride home. You got us there in no time, and more feelings came and what is a boy in this room of bouncing joy? If that's a she, then what's a he? I cannot see. What is a girl? What is a boy in this room of bouncing joy? If that's a she, then what's a he? I cannot see more than I feel.
Fade out.
I'm looking while you. Wow. Wow. Not like a whoa.
Obscure reference for the one person that would know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is
you.
mine.
Yeah, you're the odds.
I'm the odds. Yeah, I think that one's kind of on par with Fire.
Yeah.
It's a great song, but it's definitely not as strong hook-wise. The lyrics are kind of more just like when you're on drugs and stuff, you're just excited and happy and you're feeling good and everything's kind of just like a blur and you don't know what the hell's going on, but you're just like all hyped up and whatnot. I think it's a great song, but it just not compared to maybe those other songs or whatever. In the context of the album, it's fun, but it's never a song I go to.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6. I think it's slightly better than Fire, but not by much. I just, the whoa. I feel like everyone's written like it just. I don't know. Anyways, but I do think the chorus is better than the Fire chorus.
Yeah.
and so that's why it goes up a little bit more
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, good song, but nothing special.
Yeah, a little above average, but yeah.
Yeah. You ready for a Black Love Song?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's kind of more the broody ballad. Yes,
Wait,
yes. I still heard.
waiting for love, long gone, writing a black love song for all the broken hearted, losing myself in pity for myself, losing myself in pity for my black love song, the death of all tomorrows. Black love song, the death of all tomorrows. Words, nothing but words.
Get like a little bit of a brightly
Will
shine
they
kind
still
of vibe.
hurt?
That slow sort of, ballad.
When
Not
you
as
had
good, but
cut
that kind of vibe.
is all waiting for love, long gone, writing a black love song for all the broken hearted, losing myself in pity for
It also reminds me of Tears for Fears.
losing myself
Yeah.
in pity for my
Like the melodies sound like a Tears for Fears melody.
all tomorrows.
Tears for
Black
Fears.
love sound, the death of all tomorrows.
Alien sense.
Black love song, still waiting for love long gone. Ooh, black love song, still waiting for love long gone. Ooh, black love song, still waiting for love long gone. Ooh, black love song, still waiting for love long gone. Black love song, the death of all tomorrows. 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 In pity for
I kind of like how his higher voice comes
What do I have to say?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Man, I don't know. The song just didn't really do much for me.
Yeah.
It's just pretty slow plodding, very much like on count. I don't know, just not enough variety for this song. But I can understand if someone likes to just kind of drone out and have it on and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just not a whole lot going on for me. So yeah, not much to say.
Yeah, it is one of those songs where, like, depending on my mood, I could really like it or not really not like it. Like, it's one of the more chameleon-like kind of songs, as far as like other songs like Heart Apart or Summer Generation. I always love those.
Right.
This one usually changes. This time I really enjoyed it. I think I liked it more than White Knight and Fire. It's definitely more moody, slower, but I kind of like the moodiness of it. And I like how his higher voice was kind of coming in the latter like minute or so of the song. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it's definitely not as strong as some of the others. But I don't know, maybe 8's a little bit too generous, and I might change that later. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we go. You know,
Yeah.
if there's another song where I'm like, that's an 8, and then Black Love Song, I don't like it as much, then I'll probably drop it or
Right.
something. But
yeah, plus dependent, like, you know, a lot of these scores, they're not like the final, this is how I think of it
all the time,
forever. It's like sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
a song can change, something can go higher, something could go lower,
Yeah.
you know, it's...
But go back to sleep. That score will forever. be-
Yeah, go back to sleep. It's dope. Vampire and You is another one that I'm familiar with.
Dude, these next 4 are all freaking bangers. So I did this stretch from Vampire and You to The Message is like my favorite stretch on the album. You know,
yeah.
all of them I just love. So yeah, I guess it won't be a surprise what I rate these. It'll be more interesting what you rate them. You know, 'cause,
Right, yeah.
You know, me, I'll just be like, it was dope. You know,
Yeah.
like I'll just So you ready for Vampire and You?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. I like the synths in this one too. This one and Go Back to Sleep have like my favorite synth little melodies. I'm sure we all know what you think.
I wish rainwater were beer.
So good, can't give it up. Tasteful flesh meets there out of luck. Screams for silent longing for the flesh touches your tongue.
But it's like when it gets to that chorus
Tastes so
part, then
good,
it's like,
can't let it go.
like trans. Like this is like kind of unassuming.
Restive thanks, no taste yet for the life served on our plate. Slice it up and you can let the funeral begin. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Wave goodbye to a soul living hell for the unknown. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Fire on you.
It's so simple, but it just sounds so good.
That's like my favorite part, is just the quiet, you know,
Fetch no complaints.
melody.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
Detached from the pain, big bucks from the carnage and traditions to uphold. Tastes so good, can't let it go. Virgin blood for the vampire in you. Screams for silent long before the flesh touches your tongue. Slice it up and begin. Let the funeral begin. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Wave goodbye to a soul living hell for the unknown. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Fire on you. Slice it up and you can let the funeral begin. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Wave goodbye to a soul living hell for the unknown. From the cage to the plate, the blood on your hands. Fire on you.
Yeah, I really like that song. I definitely could understand how like the talking part is
Yeah.
like not as good or whatever, but I don't know. It was a song that it was a little jarring at first, but then over time for me, I was just like, man, it's all so fudging sick, and like I didn't really mind and stuff. Like I think the chorus is really good. What's funny is like one time we had these friends where they.
I was wondering if you were gonna tell this story.
Do you want to tell it? Or do you want me to?
I'll let you tell it because
I don't remember all the songs we picked, but these friends of ours were like huge horror fans or whatever, so they're curious on like vampire songs. And whatnot.
I'll tell. I picked 3 vampire songs, and
and
you
then I picked 3. Yeah. I remember, man. What were the like? I know I picked this one because I was like, this one seems more like anti, eating animals and stuff, but it still kind of fit the vampire theme of like serving it up, eating, flesh and-
okay, that's not the whole story because like when we pulled up the song, like we were watching a video on like YouTube or whatever, and it was just showing a bunch of like animations of plates and like animals and chickens on plates and stuff. So and I was laughing so hard because it was such a like vegan type video and everything that it was just like I was busting up, man.
But and our friends were not huge like music fans, so I remember one of the songs picked was Darkane with Secondary Effects, and it was just kind of funny playing this like heavy like orgasmic smell of blood and crazy vampire vibe, and they're just kind of like, oh, that's cool that you guys like it, And then I think I picked Pet Shop Boys with vampires, I'm a vampire, you're a vampire too. And then I think I picked this one. I think those were the 3 that I picked.
I picked Vanden Plas, In My Universe. I picked that one. I picked Evergrey, Nosferatu, and I picked track 2 on Enforcers, 2015 album.
From Beyond album.
Yeah. It's what is track 2?
What is track
like? 2? Oh man, it's been a while since I've gone through that album too.
Yeah. What is track?
Right
2?
After Destroyer. It's the one with the music video and everything. Yeah. So
I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. So I picked Vanden Plas, Evergrey.
Is it Undying Evil?
Yeah.
Okay,
Undying Evil. Yeah. So those were the 3
Yeah.
like vampire songs that I picked. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. Like,
yeah. I don't remember what their favorite, because we asked them what their favorite was, I think, at the end, and I don't remember what they thought was the best vampire song, but
I remember one of them saying that they kind of liked the Evergrey song a bit, the Nosferatu song. I think that one was interesting, but I don't know. I think most of the time they're probably just playing on their phones.
They're just kind of like, oh, that's cool. You guys like that.
I'm conflicted with this song because I know how much you like it and everything, but this song has never clicked for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because I do think that it is better than the other ones, but not by much. Because like the chorus just doesn't have it. It subtly goes into the chorus and it just doesn't have much hook. It doesn't come out with a bang or anything. My favorite part is after they say vampire and you, and then letting the kind of the quiet synths do their thing, But the talking part doesn't do much for me. It just, this song, I don't know if because you mentioned that you were a bit unassuming of the song when you first heard it, but then it grew. I don't know if that'll happen for me or not, where it'll grow. I don't know, but I've heard this song a lot, and I still have the same kind of feelings or hang-ups. I still have the same hang-ups for it.
Gotta get over them hang-ups now.
Like, it just...
Yeah. Just not your favorite.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Yeah. You ready for 60 is the new 40, though?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, this one's pretty dope, too.
We're always trying to push music onto our friends and stuff, whether they like music or not.
Yeah.
We're always like...
Yeah. This is one that I kind of like the lyrics a lot, too. Kind of a cool concept.
Leather-chested granddads on the sunny side of Spain. Your openness, their credit card, punani and champagne. This is the easy life, come lazy day.
I like that this feels different than instead of the constant on no singing. I like space it out a bit sometimes. So I'm happy that
Deep tan cheeks, some blemish staying friendly with the knife. Weeping overestimating
Kinda like that line, that's kinda
complexities of life. This is the easy life, come lazy day. 60
chorus is basically carried by the backing vocals just doing that. It feels like she's supporting them doing the chorus, you know?
Yeah.
Also has maybe a slider song.
I just like the vocal line flow of this song. Some of the more on point of the other ones. Like using that hand measure doesn't mean nothing.
This one was more of a sleeper hit for me when I first got into this album back in Virginia.
Nice. Come lazy day.
Pretty good to me. You know, ordering some oysters, you know.
I think it's me, huh?
Yeah. Woo.
I'm gonna give this song an 8. I did like this song. I had forgotten about it, but once the chorus hit, I was like, oh yeah, you know. And I think one issue that I have with some of the structure of some of these songs is a lot of the vocal lines. It's just very much like on beat, you know.
Yeah.
And I like that this song really kind of takes things in a different direction, where it's just like. You know, they use the ands instead of constantly being like, you know, I want them to branch out a bit
Like,
instead of the
even a
constant,
song that's like-
you know,
even
like,
the song that's like, you know, I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Whatever I promised, I forgot.
You know,
like it's on
he
that
sings-
bass.
Exactly, it's
yeah.
on note all the time,
Yeah.
on beat. You know,
This
instead
feels
of like
more flowy, airy. I guess.
exactly more flowy.
Even though that
I'm
song's
like,
still a banger, but you know,
yeah. Like, but that's more so their style is to be on beat with the vocal lines, and so I want him to work more with the, you know, dotted notes and half notes and whatever, so that things can just flow a bit instead of being so almost staccato-ish,
Yeah.
you know, like. And so
Yeah.
this song I feel like comes at a part in the album that feels refreshing to me.
yeah.
You know.
I give it a 10. I love this song. I was telling Kevin during the song, it's kind of a sleeper hit for me because when I first heard this song, some of the more catchier songs were much more like, oh, okay, that song was sick. That was
Right,
really good.
right. More in
This
your
one,
face and-
this one was a little more subdued. So then it was like maybe the third time through the album that I was like, wait a minute, 60s the New 40s is the secret banger of the album. And I really like the lyrics too. And I kind of like how it's like this quest to always be younger all the time,
Right,
using
yeah.
whatever. And the last line is like, we may be ordering oysters, but we'll never find the pearl. Like almost kind of like saying that there is a little shallowness to that, to this
Right.
like always trying to be young forever kind of vibe or whatever. And
The vanity and
yeah, the vanity and all that. And
you know, with
I
their
don't know,
champagne.
they got cool.
and stuff.
Yeah, they just got kind of cool lyrics in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome song. I love that the backing vocals kind of carry the chorus, and then his lead vocals is more supporting the backing vocals.
Yeah.
Like do the whole 60 is the new 40, is it? Like they're just like going along while he's
And you're right. It does have a little more somber feel, and that helps connect and
Yeah. You ready for the absolute banger of the freaking album?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here is Go Back to Sleep. I love this song.
Yeah.
Definitely more somber.
More somber,
too.
yeah.
This is like one of those synthpop songs that I'm like, a lot of people don't know, but they should
What you
know.
may have heard, this is paradise on earth. Go back to sleep, we're in
There's no
control.
dotted,
There's really
yeah.
nothing you can add. Go back to sleep, we're in control. There's really nothing you can change. In
The way it all comes in at the end, man.
if you
Oh, it's so
don't
good.
even try. And when you see through our first lie, we give you just another lie. And when you see through that new lie, we give you just another lie.
I like the drums too. They got kind of a little vibe to it, It's kinda cool.
Look for love on the internet and find your best friends on TV. I'm sure you see
Little
we
kick,
did
little,
our best to make it all feel very real. And when you see through our first lie, we give you just another lie. And when you see through that new lie, we give you just another lie.
That's how you do it, man.
See, if this had the Zynic vocals, this would be like a Zynic song.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Like,
and it's got that cynical edge.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
True.
Go back to sleep, we're in control. There's really nothing you can change. In fact, it's better if you don't even try. And when you see through our first lie, we give you just another lie. And when you see through that new lie, we give you just another lie.
I just love how he keeps saying that. Like, that's so good. Like, oh, man.
Go back to sleep, we're in control. There's really nothing you can change. In fact, it's better if you don't even try.
yeah, buddy.
Dope.
Dope.
Dope. That's how you do it, man.
Can I
That's how
read
you
these
do it.
lyrics?
Sure. Yeah.
I like these lyrics, and it does have a little more cynical, Zynic-y edge, and I like that, man. So here's the lyrics. It says, despite what you may have heard, this is paradise on earth. Go back to sleep. We're in control. There's really nothing you can add. Go back to sleep. We're in control. There's really nothing you can change. In fact, it's better if you don't even try. And when you
Typo on my part.
yeah, it's okay. And when you see through our first lie, we give you just another lie. And when you see through that new lie, we give you just another lie. Look for love on the internet and find your best friends on TV. I'm sure you see we did our best to make it all feel very real. Go back to sleep. We're in control. There's really nothing you can change. In fact, it's better if you don't even try. I love that because it's like, man, there's so many like governments around the world and everything that are constantly like lying to the people and everything.
Yeah.
And even when there's like proof, not just evidence, but like proof that like some politician lied or and they're like, no, I didn't. I was, I was there on a Thursday, and you're just like, dude, like we see through the first lie and now you're just giving another lie.
Yeah.
And it's irritating because there's people in positions of power that it's like they're ideologues where they're like, I give you a better life. So go back to sleep, This is paradise on earth, and we give that to you. So let us do whatever we want, And it bothers me because they think they're the good guys. They think that whatever evil, whatever corruption that they participate in, it's justified for the greater good, And it's
Politicians
like,
are corrupt.
yeah, and I'm just like, dude, I don't like the lies. I don't like all the deceit and corruption and any of that stuff. And so it's kind of funny because like this song, stood out to me. Like this is one of the early ones that stood out to me that you showed me, and it's just anyone singing about this stuff. I'm like, yeah, because I am cynical about people in positions
authority
of
and
power.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, me
because
too. Yeah.
people abuse that power. So
Yeah.
and this is kind of a more light-filled album. So it's nice to have a song like this in the album.
This song to me is like falls in the pantheon of fudging bangers, like Ladytron's, destroy everything you touch. Zinnick, Algorithm Slave, and freaking Universal Poplab, Go Back to Sleep, because all three of them have this dark tinge, almost dystopian vibe to them.
Yeah.
But they are just some of the most banger of banger songs that you can find in synthpop, and I like that. Like a lot of '80s synthpop and stuff, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But in the 2000s is whenever I think a lot more synthpop had more kind of like cynical kind of lyrics and stuff. Maybe it is there, there's definitely it's there for sure in the 80s, but maybe it's more
Mode is one that's a little bit more
they're definitely more darker,
like, people
cynical.
enjoy that.
Yeah, even Ultravox too. Ultravox had some stuff that was kind of like the one where he's just like, Pepsi Cola can is like your god and all that stuff. Like this is my Western promise, like so there was elements of it in the 80s, but like as far as like mixing the absolute catchiness with like this modern like maybe production and stuff, like man, this is just such a freaking awesome song, and I like this song because this song does kind of bum me out sometimes, like because the lyrics and stuff, I'm kind of just like it's just whenever you were even reading it, like the constant go back to sleep, this sort of commanding presence and stuff, I'm kind of like F that,
It's like like I said, governments around the world, like no country's perfect. I don't. Every country's got their problems, whatever. But like, it just pisses me off when like so many the mental state is go back to sleep. Don't bother what we're doing. We're in control, and that just freaking bothers me.
Yeah, even in way corrupt, like North Korea, like way corrupt places where people don't even have a concept of like us and them or whatever.
Outside,
or like they don't have like, or like the individual, like they don't have no concept of you or whatever. Like they've just controlled them so badly that they've just like fudged up their whole like just human, mental, physical health like so badly. And I just like this song because it's kind of it's kind of just like I don't think that you have to be a cynical whatever to enjoy this song. Like it's still catchy and whatnot, but if these kind of the themes of like like sort of like evil control and whatnot, like all evil control is just like freaking evil, like it's just I don't know, it resonates a lot more with me, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our spiel on like don't trust anything. What's the X-Files thing? Like people always write it in like memes and stuff.
I don't know.
It's like, man, there's like an X-Files like don't trust. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But I musically though, I really like that the song gets more desperate. Like you've got the whole like you got that thing that comes in the last chorus doing it, and you also have him saying like if you don't even try, and when you see through it, and it's like the song gets more intense as it goes, and it just
Right.
and then like the way you've got the backing vocals going, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, and like that repetitive sort of like ingrained indoctrination of like, you know, stop thinking for yourself, just freaking like accept it and be a
be a good citizen, just
freaking
go to
sheep or
sleep,
whatever. Like just go to sleep. And I just it's a freaking awesome song. Like really dope. I think we talked enough about it, but it just I'm glad we're doing this album. You ready for the message?
Yeah, let's do it.
This one I really like this one too. Like, man, freaking bangers. Here is the message.
Oh, we didn't do the ratings.
10 for both of us.
10 for both. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I've been waiting for a message, a blanket to fit my hole. I've been trolling through the darkness for a light to fill my soul. There's a hole in my skin where the world can
This reminds me of Life
get
is
in.
65.
There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. I've been waiting for a message, someone to write my book of truth. If it tells me I've been rescued, I won't require proof. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole.
I like just starting it off lower and then higher. Like that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yeah.
I've been waiting for a message, a plug to fit my hole. I've been trolling through the darkness for a light to fill my soul. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. There's a hole in my soul where your message will fit in.
Morse code, man. That would be cool if that really was Morse code. I don't know. It's like saying something.
It's saying a message received. That would be
Buy
cool if
more
that was.
albums. You know?
Yeah. Or love conquers all.
Yeah. Go.
I think this is me, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. I feel like this is such a good placement right after track 9. I like this placement. This placement is really good, man. The song is really subdued, you know, but I really like the lyrics and everything. It does kind of get ramped up a bit, but you know, it's got some good backing vocals. Like, yeah, I think this is a solid one. It's I don't know if it's in my top 3, but it's probably my top 5 or top 6 kind of area. You know, I would say.
Yeah.
So
I think this one is in my top 2 or whatever. Like this one and Go Back to Sleep are probably my 2 favorites. This one and Go Back to Sleep are the ones that I usually get the most chills and stuff when I listen to, because this song is like, you know, in the lyrics or whatever, he's like basically saying like, I'm so desperate for like belief, or I'm so desperate for meaning in my life that I'll accept whatever message is out there in order to fill this hole inside of me. And that was something I remember back in, it was like 2018 or so, when I was just jamming this a ton. Like I'd just, you know, drive places and I'd jam this song and I'd be like singing at the top of my lungs, like, the world can't get it, in my car, and people would be like looking and be like, what's wrong with that? No, I don't know if people were, but you know, it was just kind of like, it's one of those songs that I think it's one of the most meaningful kind of songs, like on a human level, you know, on this album. Like, I think it's fantastic. And I love how he's like singing in a lower register. There's a hole in my skin where the world can get in. And then the drums come in, and then they just go higher with it. You know, he goes a higher register. I freaking love this song. Yeah. The last 2 I think are great, but that stretch from 7 to 10 is my favorite from the album. Yeah, just so good. But, you know, I won't write these off, you know. We'll just listen to them, and, you know, you ready for a sad song?
Yeah.
Here is Sad Song. Yeah. This one feels more like the first album, where it's kind of more simpler, catchy, but, you know.
We've come a long way to rip out the heart of your city. Install a filter to get rid of everything pretty. What we give you
really like that song. It is catchy, but I feel like it sleepy, huh?
I know, man.
I feel like
woo.
I know. I feel like it's a very catchy song, but I feel like it doesn't have as much like staying power as like some of the other catchy tracks. Like I'm giving it 8.5. Still a fantastic song, and but yeah, it just doesn't have that little bit of extra that some of the other like songs have for me. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this song a 7. I don't feel like there's really anything wrong with this song. It's just a bit standardized. It's just a bit, you know, like it's a good song. It's just I don't think there's a whole lot of room for this song to grow for me. You know, like it is what it is. You know, so I enjoy it in the context of the album and everything, but yeah, just keeps on marching on. You know.
Yeah, not a ton to say there.
Yeah.
You ready for the last track, New Beginnings?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so glad we went through this album though. You know?
Yeah. This one's kind of a good way to end the album. I would think the message would be a better way to end it, but then you listen to this song, I'm like, no, this is a good closer, kind of.
Inside and
Like it makes sense why they
just to
placed it
say,
the way they did.
energy moving in intricate ways, pumping through existence, making everything go round. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning.
I know, yeah. Little semisonic there.
Beginning and its end, going on and on and on.
I like it when he's more expressive like that.
It's
That's
going
cool.
on and on and on. Death and unfortunate name for a bridge. Life after life, there are new lives to make. I never end.
That's a funny line. I've never really like
everything
picked that up.
complete. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning's end. Is near a new beginning and its end. Going on and on and on. It's going on and on and on. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning's end. Is near a new beginning and its end. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning's end. Is near a new beginning and its end. It's going on and on and on and on. It's going on and on and on and on. Going on and on and on. It's going on and on and on.
Holy
Yeah, more.
That's surprising to me. I actually thought they would have gone for a simple, quiet kind of, you know, just like, yeah.
Oh, staying up too late, huh?
Beginning of a new beginning's end. Is near a new beginning and its end. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning's end. Is near a new beginning and its end. Every end is the beginning of a new
thoughts on it first. You know?
Sure. Yeah, that's a song that I do think it's great, but it's overstays its welcome way too long.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes, it's like you don't need that kind of chorus to be repeated that often, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like if it was like a 2.5 minute song,
3 minute
3 minute
yeah.
song, it would have been perfect. And I really love the first bit when he's just like, it's going on and on and on. Like
Right.
there's something very like kind of like affectionate the way he sings it or whatever, you know? And I like the lyrics and stuff, like that whole like destined unfortunate. What does he say? Destined unfortunate name for a break. Yeah, yeah. I think that lyric's pretty cool. But yeah, it just goes on too long. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. What do you think?
I'll give it a 7. I do feel like the song is more meaningful than track 11, but I also think that it drags on too long. Like I feel like Sad Song is more safe, but I feel like this one got more problems, but it's got more meaning to it or something. I don't know, you know. So
yeah,
I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. So
I know. Great album. I'm gonna just add up the scores real quick. Do you want to just share kind of your closing thoughts on it?
Yeah. I'm not sure how my scores reflect, you know, how I feel about the album, you know. This is an album that I'm a bit conflicted with. I still enjoy it, but I also feel like I kind of it wears out for me a bit, like especially by the end of the album, like I'm a bit worn out and I'm a bit like done, you know.
Yeah.
A little more so than like say going through a Zinnik album or something, you know. So it's I don't know. I feel like this album, if this is kind of like your jam, this is going to be like your bread and butter. You're going to, you know, really get into it and everything. But I think that like, you know, this album, I do think it's a good album. It's just not like a absolute go-to for me, you know. In terms of like expectations as well as like, you know, any surprises, I didn't really have a whole lot of like surprises with the album, except for the fact that, you know, I guess I did want a little bit more from the music, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, but still pretty good. Like definitely buy the album, support the artist. Like I'm always saying that. You gotta say it more. no, go ahead. Like we always buy our stuff because it's like we want to try and support people that are putting music, putting messages out there, and so yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. But yeah, I guess you're gonna run through the scores.
Yeah, sorry to make everyone watching this yawn. But yeah, so Kevin gave it the lower score. He gave it a score of 7.54. I gave it the higher score, a score of 9.08. So together, our score for Uprising is 8.31. I think it's a great album. As far as like synth pop records go, it's one of my favorites in the last 20 years. Yeah, just so many. And it was just such a, like, this band was so unknown to me that I was surprised that there were these kinds of, like, great songs just buried in the whole wide world of music. Like, I was so happy to come across these guys. And it was fun doing it today. I think the lyrics are great in this record. Yeah, if you love, like, Pet Shop Boys or Depeche Mode or any kind of, like, synth pop stuff, there's no reason why you shouldn't check this out. And I think you'd probably find something to enjoy. Yeah, or Aha, any of the greats, you know. I don't have much else to say, so I guess we'll just close it out. Thank you guys for watching with us. It was fun to jam out to this, and it's fun doing different kinds of albums, different kinds of records, and being able to talk about different things, you know. So yeah,
I've got the next pick.
You've got the next pick. So yeah, have a good night or day, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.